Namaste everyone. I welcome you to my channel Pratibha with Biotechnology. Today in this video you are going to understand about animal viruses, hepatitis B and bacterial viruses lambda phage. I'll be dealing here in brief so that you can write easily for your in the examination. Okay. Before I start today's presentation, I want to give today's quote. Focus on higher, lower will drop itself. To create change, radiate pure thoughts to people. With this note, I'll start today's class about animal viruses. Animal viruses are the viruses that infect animal cells. Like other viruses, animal viruses are made up of protein coat and nucleic acid. Majority of animal viruses have an envelope. Animal virus genomes consist of either DNA or RNA. Replication of animal viruses. There are 6 basic stages that are essential for viral replication. They are attachment, penetration, uncoating, replication, and then assembly, then eventually virion release. Okay, now let us go to the first one, adsorption. It is the first step of viral replication. The virus attaches to the cell membrane of the host cell. There will be some host cell receptors will be there. Through the host cell receptors, the viruses are going to attach to the host cell receptors, and then that is going to inject the nucleic acid. That is so, but here you should focus only on adsorption. Adsorption, that is to the some host cell receptor. First, adsorption. The virus will go and attach to the host cell, okay, through the cell receptor. Once adsorption is done, then next step will be penetration. Okay, animal viruses penetrate the host cell shortly after adsorption. This occurs in 3 modes: direct penetration, fusion with the plasma membrane, and endocytosis. Next, uncoating. Here, it is a process of separation of viral genome from its protein coat. The host lysosomal enzymes helps in uncoating by degrading the capsid. Okay, you can see here that as virus has entered here, cytoplasmic transport, then uncoating can be seen here. Okay, 3 stages of nuclear input can be seen. Virus will attach, then right import, then stage 2 with the through receptor, and that enters inside the cell. Okay, that is the stage 3. You can see the diffusion pattern within the nucleus. Diffusion pattern 1, and this is the diffusion pattern 2, where uncoating will be happening in this cytoplasm. So 3 stages nuclear import can be seen. Stage 1 release, stage 2 entering into the nuclear membrane through the nuclear pore, then stage 3 within the nucleus. You can see the diffusion patterns 1 and diffusion pattern 2. It means the host lysosomal enzymes help in uncoating by degrading the capsid in the cytoplasm. Replication of viral genome. Viruses must use the host cellular machinery to replicate and make functional and structural protein. DNA viruses often enter the nucleus, and RNA viruses often replicate in the cytoplasm. Next, fifth one, assembly of virus capsid. In this stage, newly synthesized genome, that is nucleic acid and proteins, are assembled to form a new virus particles. Then, sixth one, release of the new virus particle. The viruses now being mature and are released by either sudden rupture of the cell or gradual extrusion, that is through budding of enveloped viruses through the cell membrane. The new viruses may invade or attack other cells or remain dormant in the cell. You can see here the stages of replication. First, attachment, right? This is the virus and this is the host. They need the host, right, to replicate and for the reproduction process. Attachment to the receptors, host receptors, then penetration, right, or maybe through fusion with the plasma membrane. Once the penetration happened, then we can see the uncoating in different stages, right? Once the uncoating is done, then that will be moving towards the replication, transcription, translation, then assembly. We can see then once maturation happens, the matured viruses will be released through the cell, right? This you can see the releasing of many number of viruses. Hepatitis B virus. The hepatitis B virus is a DNA virus belongs to the Hepantinoideae family. It causes hepatitis B in humans. Hepatitis B is a viral infection that attacks the liver and can cause both acute and chronic diseases. You can see here HBV DNA core polymerase L hepatitis B's antigen, S hepatitis B's antigen, M hepatitis B's antigen. Pleomorphism in hepatitis B virus. The virus is one of the smallest enveloped animal viruses with a virion diameter of 42 nm, but pleomorphic forms exist. Three types of viral particles are visualized in infectious serum by electron microscopy. Dane particle virion 42 nm in diameter, spherical structures 20 nm in diameter, filamentous particles 22 nm in diameter. Now let us go to the structure of hepatitis B virus. The Dane particle virion consists of an icosahedral nucleocapsid core and an envelope. The outer shell or envelope is composed of lipid and protein that is termed as surface antigen or HBs antigens. These are involved in viral binding of and entry into susceptible cells. Here again you can see genome, partially double-stranded DNA, then capsid HBC antigen polymerase. Then you can also see here L HBs antigen, S HBs antigen, M HBs antigen, which are present in the envelope. Inner capsid that is referred to as the core particle or HBC antigen contains the viral DNA and enzymes used in viral replication called DNA polymerase. HBe antigen, that is hepatitis B E antigen, is closely associated with the nucleocapsid of HBV. It also circulates as a soluble protein in serum. Here you can go through hepatitis B virus, right? You can see the hepatitis B virus, small surface proteins, right? Then you can see the DNA, molecule, and polymerase. Here you can see the incomplete virus, right? And here you can see the virion, right? Non-iconic development. And later you will be able to see the mature hepatitis B virus. This is the viral DNA with 3,200 base pairs. Hepatitis B virus, Baltimore group, that is 7 group, double-stranded DNA RT. Here you can see E antigen, HBe antigen, core antigen, HBC antigen, the small surface protein HBC antigen, and medium surface protein HBs antigen can be seen. And also you can see large surface proteins antigen. Then DNA polymerase. Here you can also see lipid bilayer membrane. Inside you can see the DNA. Hepatitis virus is a DNA virus with a remarkably compact genome structure. It is circular, partially double-stranded DNA viruses. Replication occurs by reverse transcriptase. It is small circular 3,200 base pair size. Structure of hepatitis B genome. The genome of HBV is made up of circular DNA, but the DNA is not only double-stranded. One end of the full length strand is linked to the viral DNA polymers. The genome is 3,020 to 3,320 nucleotides long for the full length strand and 1,700 to 2,800 nucleotides long can be seen for short length strand. Symptoms of hepatitis B: fever, a flu-like illness, fatigue, dark urine, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, joint pain, jaundice, that is yellowing of the skin and eyes. pain in the upper right abdomen due to the inflamed liver. People with chronic hepatitis B develop serious liver conditions such as cirrhosis, that is scarring of the liver, or liver cancer. Transmission of hepatitis B. Transmitted through blood and infected bodily fluids, through direct blood-to-blood contact, use of unsterile needles, and from an infected woman to her newborn baby. Infection can occur during medical, surgical, and dental procedures through the use of contaminated instruments. Rarely, hepatitis B can be transmitted through transfused blood products, donated livers, and other organs. Treatment of hepatitis B. Interferon alpha is the first line treatment. Interferon has antiviral, anti-proliferative, and immunomodulatory effects. Laminogen leads to a marked reduction of detectable HBV DNA at a dose of 100 mg daily. Hepatitis B is a vaccine preventable disease. It is usually given as 3 to 4 shots over a 6-month period. Now let us go through the bacteriophages. A bacteriophage, or phage for short, is a virus that infects and replicates within a bacteria. So they are named as bacteriophage, right? Bacteriophage is a virus that specifically infects bacteria. They were discovered by Frederick W. Twart in Great Britain in the year 1915. Bacteriophages also infect the single-cell prokaryotic organisms known as archaea. Now let us go to the structure of bacteriophage. The virion T4 phage is tadpole-like structure with the polyhedral head connected to a helical tail through a short collar. The head is composed of 2000 capsomeres. It encloses a tightly packed double-stranded DNA which is of 50 nm long. The tail is surrounded by a contractile sheath which consists of 24 annular rings. The distant end is connected to a hexagonal basal plate with spikes at each corner. 6 long flexible tail fibers also arise from the basal plate which help in adsorption of bacteria, adsorption to bacteria. This is the structure of bacteriophage. You can see the capsid, that is head, nucleic acid DNA, the genetic material. Then you can see the collar and sheath. Together collar and sheath, you can say tail. Below you can say base plate, spikes, and tail fibers. Now let us go through the general diagram of a virus life cycle. Okay, viruses always infect to the host cell through the receptors, right? You can see the host cell receptors. First, attachment of the virus can be seen, then entry of the virus can be seen. The virus always injects their DNA to the host. Capsid comes apart, right? Then third step, replication and gene expression, right? Here you can see the viral proteins, copies of the genome, and viral RNA you can see, and host ribosomes responsible for the synthesis of the viral RNA molecule. Once all the materials are synthesized, then you can see the assembly of the virus. The complete packaged virus can be seen here. This completely packaged viruses now release from the host cell, right? Release of viruses which is ready to infect new cell. So this is the general diagram of a virus life cycle. Now let us go to the life cycle of T4 bacteriophage. Bacterial cells can undergo one of two types of infectious by viruses formed: lytic infections, that is virulent, and lysogenic, that is temperate. Lytic phages destroy or lyse the cell. Lysogenic phages incorporate their nucleic acid into the host chromosome without destroying the cell. Now let us go through the lytic cycle. As I told, if you want, you can pause the video or you can take a photograph and you can make a note. In the lytic cycle, we can see the first and foremost step, one, attachment. The phage attaches itself to the surface of the host cell in order to inject its DNA into the cell. Next, second step, penetration. The phage injects its DNA into the host cell by penetrating through the cell membrane. Next, protein synthesis. Here, the host cell's DNA is degraded and the cell's metabolism is directed to initiate phage biosynthesis. The next step, biosynthesis. The phage DNA replicates inside the cell, synthesizing new phage DNA and proteins. Assembly. The replicated material assembles into fully formed viral phages with a completely packed assembly, each made up of head, a tail, and tail fibers. The last step, lysis. The newly formed phages are released from this infected cell, which is itself destroyed in the process to seek out new host cells to infect. So this is all about the lytic cycle. Here you can see the diagrammatic representation of the lytic cycle. Step 1, attachment of the bacteriophage. They inject their DNA, right? And this is the second step, entry. And the third step, DNA replication and protein synthesis can be seen, where all the accessory materials will be synthesized within the host cell. Phage DNA copies, then capsid proteins as materials can be seen, and later all that will be put together and packed for the matured bacteriophages. Then you can see in the fourth step, assembly. That is, newly assembled phage is ready for the lysis of the cells. Fifth step is the lysis. So this is an overview of the lytic cycle. Now let us go through the lysogenic life cycle. Lysogenic cycle, also referred to as temperate or non-virulent infection, does not kill the host cell. Instead, the viral DNA incorporates into the bacterial DNA. This integrated phage DNA is called a prophage. So this is the diagrammatic illustration of prophage. Okay, here you can see the viral DNA is integrated into the bacterial genome. Then you'll say that as prophage. Prophage exits chromosome. Even this is also possible. And this is in lytic cycle. Prophage means the viral DNA which has integrated into the genome of bacterial genome is known as prophage. Okay. Now let us go through the lysogenic cycle. Here you can see the attachment, right? Attachment of bacteriophage to the bacterium, right? And here you can see this is the bacterial chromosome. Step 2, entry of phage DNA into the bacterial cell or host system. Then here you can see the integration. Okay, integration of this bacteriophage DNA into the bacterial genome is known as prophage. Phage DNA recombines with the bacterial chromosomes to become prophage. Next, what happens in the step 4? Cell division. Continued cell division, which makes many cells with the prophage. So this is all about the overview of lysogenic cycle. Here I'm going to recall again. Okay, here you can see the lytic cycle, attachment of phage to the host cell, penetration of phage into the host cell and injects its DNA, right? Injects its DNA into the bacterial cell system. Then third step, biosynthesis. Phage DNA direct synthesis of viral components by the host cell. Here also you can see the diagrammatic representation. This is the bacteriophage, right? And here you can see the injection of their genetic material into the host system. Then fourth step, maturation. Viral components are assembled into virions, right? Then fifth step, release from the host cell. Host cell lysis and new virions are released, right? Here you can see all the assembly of the bacteriophages, right? Once all the assembly of the bacteriophages is ready, then you can see this kind of mature bacteriophage which will lyse the host cell and ready to infect the other cells. And here you can see the overview of lysogenic cycle. Here you can see the fast DNA, which is double-stranded, which injects their DNA into the bacterial host system. Step 1, phage attaches to host cell and injects DNA, and this is the bacterial chromosome. Okay. Step 2, phage DNA circularizes and enters lytic cycle. Okay. This is step 2. Step 3, new fast DNA and proteins are synthesized and assembled into virions. Step 4, cell lysis releasing phage virions. And these viruses are ready to infect other host cells. And here you can see lysogenic cycle. Okay. In this lysogenic cycle, what happens? You can see the viruses which do not lyse the cell. Occasionally, the prophage may excise from the bacterial chromosome by another recombinant event, initiating a lytic cycle. Okay. Here you can see both lytic and lysogenic cycle. And here you can see over here, fast DNA integrates within the bacterial chromosome by recombination, becoming a prophage. Lysogenic bacterium reproduces normally and gives rise to many cells through divisions, right? And what are the prophage, which is integrated into the bacterial chromosome, that may also exit from the bacterial chromosome by another recombinant event, initiating a lytic cycle. Okay, here this is the step 1 in the lytic cycle, step 2, step 3, and this is the step 4. Whereas when you take a lysogenic cycle, step 1 is already done, step 2 is already there, right? And this is the step 3, and this is the step 4, and this is the step 5. So this is the overview of both lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. Okay, lysogenic cycle steps goes like this. Viral genome enters cell. Viral genome integrates into host cell genome. Host cell DNA polymerase copies viral chromosomes. Cell divides and virus chromosomes are transmitted to cells of the daughter cells. At any moment when the virus is triggered, the viral genome detaches from the host cell's DNA and enters the lytic cycle. Now let us go to the lambda phage structural representation. Enterobacterial phage, lambda, is a virus that infects bacterium E. coli, that is Escherichia coli. Here you can see the bacteriophage lambda structure representation. This is the head, DNA genome, which is of 48,502 base pairs. When we use the word base pairs, it means it's a double stranded. Here you can see the tile tube, which is of 135 nanometer, then conical region, which is 15 nm, and tail fiber, which is 23 nm. It was discovered by Esther Lindberg in the year 1950. The phage particle consists head, that is capsid, tail fibers. Head has 20 faces with 55 nm in diameter, 300 to 600 capsomeres, linear double-stranded DNA genome. Tail flexible, which is a 150 nm length, 35 stacked annually, devoid of tail sheath. Tail fiber, which is very thin and with 25 nm long, recognizes the host cell to inject their nuclear material to the host organism through the host receptors. Okay. I hope you have understood today's presentation. Okay. Hope to see you again in my another video. If you wish to like, share, or subscribe my channel, you can do it right now. I, Dr. Pratibha KS, signing off for today. You have to be a warrior. You must fight against bad time. Good time will come very soon. God helps to those who helps themselves. ಧರ್ಮ ಹರಡಲಿ, ನ್ಯಾಯವು ಬೆಳಗಲಿ, ಭ್ರಷ್ಟತೆ ಎಂಬ ಕತ್ತಲು ಸರಿದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಬೆಳಕು ಹರಿಯಲಿ. Stay blessed, stay tuned with me, and keep learning and keep watching my all other videos that will enhance your knowledge, and also you can go for your academic excellence. Okay. Thank you for being with me. Thank you once again. Stay blessed.